guys, welcome back to 4 Moms.
Hey.
We're so happy that you guys are tuning in to episode 4. Let's just get started.
Yes. So for this mom chat, we're going to talk about expectations versus reality, the breastfeeding edition. Dun, dun, dun. I know for me, I think my expectations were, I just felt like, because it's such a natural thing, that, you know, I was going to put him on my chest and he was going to latch and, you know, he was going to get his feeding and I was going to just nurse him and everything was going to be fine. I didn't know that they were going to be like sore. I didn't know they were going to be cracked. I didn't know that it was going to be that painful in the beginning for me. That's not everyone's experience, but it was mine. And so I did feel discouraged a lot. But something in the back of my mind just said, keep doing it. Like, you know, this is for the benefit of your child. And I would say for me, and you know this, I don't like breastfeeding.
Yes. She loves it, but she hates it.
I think, and this is it, like, everything that you see and hear about the bonding is true. It's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful bond between you and your child. But for me, the reality for me was that he couldn't latch. And that was hard for me to deal with. I dealt with, like, feeling guilty, like, how come I can't, you know, feed him, and how come it's not working for us? And I would see other moms just feeding their babies, and I'd be like, man, how come how come ours is such a challenge? But I would say that sticking through with it was probably one of the best decisions that I made for my son. And there's a lot of things you do as a parent that you sacrifice. You don't necessarily like to do it, but it was for his, you know, better good, I think, because there's so many benefits of breastfeeding. But I will also say that if you find yourself being so stressed out to the point where you're like depressed about
or
it,
angry at your baby,
or angry, or you know, because there's a lot of hormones and things going on stuff too. So I would say you have to use your better judgment, as you know, mama knows best, and that's words that I live by. So it's, you know, not to discourage you from breastfeeding, and it's not to you know, discourage you from making the best decision for you and your baby. I stuck it through because that's what I wanted to do, and I think it was worth it.
Yeah, that's true. So my expectation versus reality, I swore that as soon as Jackson came out that I was going to be like, oh yes, place him upon thy chest and let him roll it down to my nipple. And I thought it was going to be like, that was my expectation. I was like watching videos, I'm like, yeah, I got that. So that was expectation. Reality was I popped Jackson up and they gave him to me and I was so out of it, and they were like, here, you can breastfeed him, and I panicked. They put him on my chest and he was like moving towards my boob, and I was like, take him, take him, take him. And they took him from me. I went to sleep. He was on formula the first 2 weeks of his life. So my expectation versus reality was, I just thought it was gonna be so dreamy and just like,
that's how they portray
perfect.
it. Yeah.
And my reality was, when I saw him going towards my boob, I was scared as hell.
And kudos to you, because some babies who start off at formula,
They
it's
don't
really hard
like
to
to
put
latch.
them.
Well, kudos to my greedy behind son, because you guys know that Jackson
He was like, bottle, boob, whatever.
He would drink from a cow. Yes, he'll drink from a cow. So yeah, that was my expectation versus reality.
Funny. Okay, my expectation versus reality. I thought I was gonna get some good sleep at night because I didn't think I was gonna have to make bottles in the middle of the night. And little did I know that I was gonna be up. This is with Lena. I was gonna be up every half an hour breastfeeding this girl, and then not only that, she used me as a pacifier. So like I literally didn't sleep for like the first month until she started sleeping like a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But that was a kind of a living nightmare.
Right.
I mean, I guess it is easier to just grab them and put them
Than
on your
getting
breast
up,
than to get up, but still being up all that time, and then daddy doesn't need to have a turn. It was just like, that was my reality.
I think that too. That was like a reality check for me. Like, wait, so daddy can't feed him at all.
Right. Yeah. Unless you pump.
Like,
Yeah,
dang, I'm doing
unless
this
you
on my
pump,
own.
and then
That's true. And I didn't pump actually for a long time.
I didn't pump either. But hey, it worked out. We're all still going strong.
We're still going strong.
And our babies are alive and healthy.
Right. And so are we.
Okay guys, it's time for Mama Loves. So what this mama is loving, and this is for my little son Carter. He's 2 months old, like you guys know. these little flashcards, and I had the We Gallery ones, but I don't know what happened to them. They got lost in the midst of everything. But they're basically like these like high contrast cards, and sometimes I like line them up along his crib and let him look at them, or I'll just like,
mom.
I try. No, sometimes I just stick them in his crib and let him watch them. But sometimes Lena also likes to read the cards to him too.
Cute.
So they have like a lot of little animals and really cute.
I love those. I don't have my Mama Loves product with me, but I can tell you what it is. And since we were talking about breastfeeding, I love the Medela hand pump. I had the Medela electric pump, what I used to use in the house, but I carried my hand pump with me everywhere because in the beginning I was like really nervous about breastfeeding in public.
Oh, I remember that.
Now you should see me.
I
I don't
remember
care.
Yeah,
no, but I love
forgot
my
about that.
hand pump too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using right now.
And people say the electric pump pulls out more milk, but my hand pump works really good. Like I used to pump a lot of milk with my hand pump. The only thing I would suggest is that if you get the Medela hand pump, make sure that you clean it thoroughly after
Take out
every
the
use,
little
and not
white
only
thing.
clean it, you have to also dry it. The drying is more
That's
important,
more important,
than the
right.
cleaning.
Because it gets
So,
moldy.
yes, it gets moldy, but it's a great pump. Just keep it clean.
Yes, and dry.
Yeah.
Keep it dry.
And this mama over here is loving me some Tarjay. They sent me a little
Me too.
coupon, y'all. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm obsessed with dressing my son in a brand from Target called Cat and Jack's. Oh my gosh, it's so affordable. I mean, the sweatpants, the little jogger pants are literally like $7. The pants for winter with the
Sometimes they're like $5.
yeah, and the pants with the lining in it for winter, they're only $11 versus Gap and Old Navy, who wants like $30 for them. They are so inexpensive, guys. And you have to check this out. Jackson should be in here. You hear me,
He's
Target?
a Cat and Jack model.
Yes.
Sponsor him.
Yes. This is like so cute. They have, I don't know, I'm just so obsessed with their clothing. A lot of their stuff is pretty chill, and we're chill dressers, like sweatpants kind of kids. So that is what I'm loving. If you're looking for something affordable but great quality for your child, I would definitely recommend Cat and Jack.
Yes.
they
I
have
mean, who
good
doesn't
stuff.
love Target? Who's not obsessed with
Right,
Target?
exactly.
Not to mention their home stuff.
Oh, Magnolia.
Oh, come
That-
on. Why did Magnolia even come? And I found my daughter.
Oh.
Does she look like
Yes,
Jackson?
she looks like
cute.
you.
And she looks like Jackson, like a girl
Aw,
Jackson.
she's beautiful.
Hi, Ella.
Okay.
And now it's time for Mom Break.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain. My love do cocaine. Ooh,
So for this Mom Break, I'm so excited because we are playing Never Have I Ever, but we remixed it a little. We wrote out questions or statements on a piece of paper, and we have these cute little signs, and we will either hold up yes if we have done it and no if we have not. This is a judge-free zone, so don't be judging us.
Don't judge me.
Okay?
Mama, I'm sorry.
Jackson, don't watch this in the future.
Babe.
All right.
bad.
Let's go. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Have you ever stolen anything? You?
Yes, we all thieves.
Thank God.
We're all thieves. We're all thieves.
Can I share what I stole?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we have to.
Okay, I was really young and I was with a friend. No, I was really young and I was with a friend and we used to go to the mall by ourselves at this point, and I remember there was like a pack of hair clips, and I didn't know how to steal. I didn't know what the process. I thought that everything had an alarm, so I was so nervous. We took the clip off the thing, and then we were holding it in our hand, and we just walked out the store. And I literally thought that I was gonna like get rambled by police officers. It was the scariest. And I brought it back home, and I told my mom. I was so proud. I was like,
You told Didi Maria that you stole
she was like, no, we're going to get back. So you're gonna apologize to all the owners. But I was crying, and thank God I didn't have to go back. But I still have that clip memory.
If I could just say mine was not intentional, and this was actually recently. I went and Stop and Shop. I was like shopping, but I didn't. I had the stroller, so I didn't use a basket.
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
stuffing
it
stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and I paid for the stuff or whatever. When I got outside, I put Ethan's shade over the stroller. A whole
Oh, what was it, a roll?
It was my seasonings, my sazon.
Oh
and
my god.
Yeah, my little chicken cubes.
But is that
I
even
use for
considered
seasoning.
stealing if you didn't know?
No, not if you didn't know. It's called
You're pure at heart.
it's called unintentionally borrowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So
That's
that,
it,
that
though.
that was fake news.
Yes, that was fake news, y'all. Have you ever ditched an event early to have sex with hubby?
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Wait, I gotta think. Why can't I remember a time? I don't think so. I've never been to enough events, that's why.
I would say for me I have, because most of the events that I go to are weddings or parties where you're drinking. So a few drinks, my husband already looks like a joint. You know, you have a few
Ooh,
drinks,
yeah.
those hormones start raging and he looks even more like a joint. But I will say the twist of it is I'm usually so twisted that I don't even make it home without falling asleep. So we leave with the intentions to do so, but then by the time we get here, I'm like, and that's it.
Actually, yeah, we made a whole joke about it. Like, we actually enjoyed doing that. Like, we used to go somewhere and we used to be like super brief, super brief. And we used to go
Super
home.
brief, super brief. They're super brief. They have enough on the record. They don't need to sneak away.
Listen, we haven't been to enough events, and when I go out, I stay out. So I'm the last person to leave.
This is
like,
true.
I'm like, babe, we can do this anytime, but I'm out right now. Have you ever dined and ditched? My conscience is...
Oh, thank God.
Okay, no, I can never.
Me and Mike have discussed it lots of times when the service is bad, but I'm so doofy that we're always like, I'll be the one to trip over every table, break a leg,
Right,
like,
and then
it just
break a leg and be like, I was trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Powder my
No,
nose.
Have you ever farted and blamed the kids? All the time. All the time.
Oh my God.
That was Carter. I'm like,
Yeah, no, let me tell you guys, like, especially, you know, when you're PMSing, you're like extra gassy and then like extra stink. And all the time, I'm always like, actually, when I was a classroom teacher too, all the time,
yeah.
and I was pregnant, I would fight and be like, who has to use the bathroom? What did I tell you about potty rules? Everyone,
Going straight up
potty
the
rules. And it's really neat too.
oh my God. No, one time I blamed Lena and her poor innocent face. I had to tell Jeffrey it was me. I'm sorry. I felt so bad because
Why?
Lena was just sitting there like this and I blamed her for my part and his stomach.
But that only works when they're young, because when they get older, they'll
We're
be
like,
like,
no, mommy farted, right? Oh my God.
That's
a good
funny.
one.
You looked at her innocent face.
I looked at her face and I was like, babe, I'm sorry, it was me.
She said Lena was just sitting like,
She couldn't even defend herself. I was like, nah, I can't go down like this.
like the
These
man
are
on the board.
So guys, that is our last and final question. We actually are going to be playing this a lot more, so we want to hear from you guys. Do not hesitate, do not hold back, whatever you want to send. So comment down below questions that you have for us, or you can DM us on Instagram.
So now it's time for what you want to know, and our question comes from our girl Olivia.
Hey Erica.
And she's asking, how was it going through the teething phase while breastfeeding? And now that they have little chompers, I'm a little nervous about that. Any tips? Okay, so for me, I found that his gums hurt already.
His gums hurt.
Yeah.
But I was a little nervous about him growing teeth. I didn't get bit too bad, but as he got a little older, he started thinking it was a game. And like, you know, he would like bite down a little and like laugh and look at me. So I always made sure that I kept a straight face. I would take him off the boob and I would tell him, no, you know, don't do that. And then when he, you know, would stop, then I'll put him back on the boob, and if he did it again, we would keep going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to know
No,
that
it's not.
that's not okay, and that worked for us.
Yeah, I agree. I did the same thing when Lena would do it intentionally. I would just be like, no. And I would take her off and she would be crying for more. I'd be like, are you going to stop doing it? And then she would stop and then I'll put her back on. But I will say, so a part that I struggle with, and I really don't have like the best advice for this, but when she would sleep, she would grind her teeth at night. And it was so painful. Like it would give me chills. Even thinking about it, it's giving me chills. She would grind her teeth on it, and she wasn't doing it on purpose, so it's like, how do you make her stop? like slowly take her off. And I mean, I even got cut up from it a couple of times, but eventually I just stopped breastfeeding her all in all.
You're done.
Yeah, I was done. I've had enough.
Yeah, that would be enough for me too. Definitely had issues with this. I remember one night I was breastfeeding Jackson in the bed and he bit the crap out of me so badly that I was so afraid to look at my nipple. I literally thought my nipple was gone, and I said I'm not breastfeeding him anymore. And I came to the sofa and he woke up crying for milk, and I was crying because I was literally like playing double dutch, like trying to put him on, but the fear of the pain, I couldn't put him on. He's screaming, and I called my mom and she's like, take a pack of milk out and defrost it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. So what I had to do was just to start realize the pattern. So I realized that when he was towards the end of his feeding and he wasn't really interested in drinking anymore, that's when he would bite me. Or when he was falling asleep or in his sleep, because I would breastfeed him and I would fall asleep while he was eating. So he would be in a deep sleep and he would bite me. So I would say to just take note, even if you have to write it in your notepad, of what's happening directly before she bites you. And another thing that works for me is just keeping this pinky handy. I know we all know this trick. All you have to do, girl, is stick it in the corner of their mouth like this, and it breaks the suction automatically. You just push it and pop it out. And so I was so paranoid that I breastfed him with my pinky. Right? Yeah.
Sometimes they would bite your finger, but it would stop. Biting your finger does not compare to the nipple. So.
So I would definitely say just be mindful, because everyone has patterns, including babies. There's a pattern to when she's biting you, and keep that pinky right there, girl, because it will be your lifesaver. So guys, we have completed episode 4 of 4 Moms. Thank you so much for sticking around. We love you guys. Don't forget to head in the comments below and let us know what your breastfeeding story is. Expectation versus reality. Did you expect to breastfeed and ended up doing formula? We want to hear from you. Also, if you are not following our Instagram, please head over to our page and follow us. We have so much live interaction. We ask you guys questions. We love talking with you guys over there. So head over and follow us. We'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye. I don't have too much to go, so let's not go there.
This week, I don't like that. It sounds too much like a TV show.
This week on Mama Loves, we will be discussing what Mama loves. Because this segment is called Mama Loves.
What do you mamas love?
And my mama love it.
Mama!
What's your mama loving? Mama!
No, he says growing.
I know they also say, take my little hand.
That's it.